Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions regarding this watch. Launched in 1997 and made in only 125 pieces in rose and white gold. This is the Vacheron Constantin Historiques Jalousie, a watch that is reference 91004, a tribute to the shutter style watch as a genre from the first third of the 20th century, and in particular the shutter style watches made by Vacheron and Constantin back in that period. The watch is gorgeous and easy to wear, roughly the size and shape of a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grand Taille. That'll be important in a moment as we talk about the movement. You can see 25.4 millimeters from side to side, from lug tip to lug tip, 40.3 millimeters, 8.3 millimeters thick with a spacing between the lugs of 18 millimeters. Now, we've seen two-tone watches before. They're usually steel and yellow gold. Here, it's two-tone gold, as we have white gold and rose. No yellow, no steel. A lovely sapphire acts as the cap to the trigger system that displays the dial. And on the wrist, just like all non-round watches, it wears a little bit bigger than you might think, which is to say it looks great on my wrist of 16 centimeters circumference, and I think even a bigger wrist could wear this well. Remember, it's a dress watch and historically inspired. It doesn't have to have the wrist presence of a Panerai, and it is beautiful. It's flat. It fits under a cuff. The lugs are short and sweet. The case has a lot of drama to it. People will look at this and wonder, what is that? And people who know will nod with approval. This is the ultimate watch nerd / watch lifer type of dress watch. We have a full clasp with the Maltese cross motif, the logo of Vacheron, or at least we have part of it there. Double fold, you can see rose gold. The chassis is curved on its bottom to match the curve of the wrist. It is a friction fit double deployant. The strap, as you can see, relatively narrow because of that 18 millimeter horn width, large rectangular scale alligator leather. It is a beautifully dark navy blue. It's almost black. Matte finish. We've got an edge that has a sheer cut lacquered for refinement. And then these large rectangular scale, symmetrical scale cut straps are always the most expensive cut of the animal hide. And you can see this is a super fresh Vacheron factory strap. So the case features incredible scrolling on its profiles, and this is freehand engraved. This wasn't done by a drill bit. It wasn't done by an engine. No two of these, even among the 125 made, will be exactly alike. White gold case back, white gold crown, rose gold case. You could see we have engraved numerals, radially arrayed Roman numerals with a watchmaker's 4, and then more scrolling on the shutters, which are themselves precious metal. And you could see they actually rise up above the dial when they're open. There is a sapphire, but it sits under the shutters, not above. And you can see even their profiles have been satin brushed to present a finished facet, even when they are open. The dial includes gold indices. It includes blued leaf-style hands at center and a sunken sub-seconds down at the base. It's actually quite easier to read. The further away you move, the easier it is to read. Up close, it can be a little bit of a challenge. Now, this is a lot of fun to play with. I'm not going to lie. You could almost, if you've got friends who know Morse code, you can signal them during a meeting at the office. Taking a look at the case back, it's relatively simple. You can see individual numbering, and if you look, you will see that even those individual numbers and the Vacheron logo and city of origin have been engraved by hand, and that's very important. You can also see the hallmarks, and all of the characters remain super distinct, little, if any, polishing in their history. The case back is also curved, which helps it to fit the wrist better. Now, inside the case, I alluded to this earlier, we have a Jaeger-LeCoultre caliber 822 Reverso Grand Taille manual wind movement that is here doing business as Vacheron caliber 1017. Now, LeCoultre movements in Vacheron watches dates back all the way to eternity. It is a long-running tradition. It is well established that really until the 21st century, Vacheron was the ultimate établisseur. Holy Trinity by virtue of its standards, but it would procure the best parts from the best suppliers and act as a quarterback to the effort, designing the whole and then assembling, finishing, and regulating the parts in-house. And so that is how this watch was made. The JLC base is a manual wind movement that is shaped and sized for the Grand Tie Reverso, so a perfect match for this case. 45-hour power reserve, 21 joules, a beat rate of 3 hertz, and then all of this theoretically water resistant to 30 meters. Though this is the kind of watch you probably don't want to test in that regard. Every version of the Jalousie is incredibly rare, but this one in white and rose gold with reams of freehand engraving is easily my favorite. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details of this 1997 125-piece classic.